Giants. So the Giants will go 0-7. Josh Freeman, we don't expect much from this guy, do we?
He has a lot of talent, but
the
thing that he had an issue with when he was at Tampa Bay was commitment, and he had off the field issues.
Yeah.
And is that something that's going to follow him here when he goes to Minnesota? Is he going to be able to turn that around? Because that's the big thing for him.
Yeah.
So if he can go in and he can make a statement, he's already going to start. They're really hurting a quarterback right now.
They're a complete mess. Yeah. So could it really be any worse than Christian Ponder or Matt Castle? Probably not.
No.
I'm telling you, watch him. He's going to light it up. You're facing the New York Giants, a top 5 horrible defense. And he'll do fine.
I'm debating, should I go pick him up on fantasy?
You should pick him up on fantasy.
I have
Roethlisberger.
So
you have Roethlisberger?
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
I can't remember. He's going to have a pretty good week, so is what he's projected at. So
okay. All right, I would pick up Freeman. Number 4, Johnny Manziel will let the internet decide his Halloween costume. Whew, boy, if I'm going to dress up Johnny Manziel, this is interesting. He's going to let the internet decide. Last year he went as Fred Flintstone. No, it was Scooby-Doo, and he had some Scooby snacks. So if I'm going to dress up Johnny Manziel, I'm going to dress him up as a nice, sophisticated man. How about Tim Tebow? I'm going to dress him up as Tim Tebow. So much has been brought on Johnny Manziel. Is this guy a good guy? He annoys people. Probably the most exciting quarterback right now in the NCAA. I think he's great. I love watching him, but really, he's a donkey off the field. Let's make him Tim Tebow for Halloween. I think that would be great.
Did you ever hear about the Pitbull did a promotion with Walmart, and they said no matter wherever the American public wants Pitbull to do a concert, he will go do a concert. And there was some ground roots effort, and they ended up having him do it up in Alaska, in some just remote town. They just got a bunch of people. So that would be one of those things that would be pretty funny. You'd have to get just a grassroots group of people to do something like that, and it would be pretty funny.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. So what would you dress him up as?
Maybe a donkey would be a good one.
A donkey's a good one. Would he do it, though, if everyone voted, it was 60% donkeys, would he do it?
I think he would. I think
because he loves the attention.
Yeah, exactly.
He loves it crazy.
He's got a little bit of T.O. in him.
He's got a lot of T.O. in him. A little Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
We don't see many quarterbacks like this. He's different. He's a unique breed.
Yeah.
For a quarterback.
The thing I will give him is whatever he does, he owns it. No matter if he does something wrong or does something right, he's going to own it.
And he lays it all out on the football field as well. I really like that. All right, that brings us to number 3 as we're working number 1 right now. This is Portland SportsBeat Extra. We are live at Spirit of 77. Number 3 story trending right now. We have Kevin Durant. He designed new shoes. He's going with the peanut butter and jelly theme, and I love it because I'm a huge PB&J fan. Did you know that?
I did not know
PB&J with the crust cut off. I used to make my mom make that all the time on rye, on wheat, and white.
Did she use a knife, or did you get one of those
knife.
little things where that automatically cuts off?
No. We didn't have that back then. But
did you ever have the Uncrustables?
I had it once. My mom loves those.
Yeah, those are actually
good, aren't they?
Yeah, but you can't have more than one of them because you're going to get sick.
Probably. So I like this. It's actually interesting. Where I grew up, it was this beautiful area. Or maybe it wasn't so beautiful, but there was a house. And I used to call it the peanut butter and jelly house because of the colors. It looked just like Kevin Durant's shoes. And it would be the first house that I would attack on Halloween. And I don't mean attack by throwing TPing them or water balloons or any of that kind of stuff. But I would go there hoping that the owners would give me a PB&J sandwich. Instead of candy, I was one of those weird kids, PJ. I didn't want candy. I didn't want chocolate. I wanted PB&J. With the crust cut off.
PB&J
with the crust cut off.
My
mom married Mr. Rogers.
Really?
It's from a movie.
Yeah. Elbow pads?
Breakfast Club. Yeah.
Oh, breakfast. Yeah. All right.
Do you like that, though?
Yeah. Those shoes that I'm looking at them online right now. They're pretty bright colored. They're a pretty good looking shoe.
That.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's you see those colors.
Does it make you hungry? Because it's making me hungry.
It's making you hungry. It doesn't make me hungry.
If I was an OKC fan, I would buy those shoes right now.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And that's the thing about them is they really stick out. They're really
flashy.
Yeah, they are very flashy.
Don't they look a little Lakerish though, kind of?
Yeah, with the color, that yellow and black.
They could have made it like
purple.
Real creamy peanut butter. I think this might be more crunchy, organic. We should have went with the crap stuff.
Lots of oil in there.
Yeah, lots of oil, lots of gluten stuff. I can't eat.
Oil,
natural oils. Okay, added olive oil and everything, a little canola. All right, number 2 story of the day here on Portland Sports Beat Extra. LeBron James said that there's tension, but there's no rivalries in the Eastern Conference. PJ, I completely disagree with this. I'm looking at the Eastern Conference, and I see Miami-Boston. That's been good for years, especially since LeBron James has been with Boston. And even before that, I see Chicago-Indiana, which is a nice series. Now New York and Brooklyn. That Brooklyn's beefed up, and you got the Brooklyn-New York rivalry. And you can even go as far as say Miami-Indiana for the last couple of years. That's been a great series. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, if you go back to that Boston one, that's no longer because Boston,
they broke up the team.
Yeah, that
but
one's
still,
gone.
Miami-Boston, I grew up over there,
Yeah.
so it's always a big tradition.
But
Miami-Boston, Dolphins, Patriots.
When you're Miami and you've dominated teams for as long as they have, it's no longer a rival. It's like a lot of when the Blazers.
They gave them a tough time, though. They gave the Heat everything they can ask for.
But not anymore.
Not anymore, but it was.
Yeah, and it's kind
what
of
about Indiana, though? Did Indiana push them to 7 games?
Yeah, but that's so short-lived. It's not a rivalry yet. You need a little bit more lifetime there before it becomes a rivalry.
Okay, New York and Miami's been a great rivalry. They've had heat, they've had brawls and everything. So if you want to go back to the past,
but
then
New York's not a championship.
No, they're not a championship team. That's why New York and Boston. Yeah. So no, I hear what he's saying, but there are good rivalries. Okay, well, can you really say the Lakers and Blazers are great?
No,
rivalry?
that's what I'm
Lakers
saying.
Stink now.
Well, but I would go back even further than that. Is when back in say 5, 6, 7 years ago when the Blazers weren't very good. That was not a rivalry because the Blazers were not good. So you couldn't. The Lakers never thought of it as a rival.
But the people here do.
Yeah, so it's one-sided.
Right?
But it's one-sided. Yeah, and that's not a real rivalry if it's one-sided.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But it was a rivalry. Okay, maybe right now it's not.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to
I would agree with him.
So you're going to agree with him. I'm still going to disagree because I still think that Miami, Indiana now is good. Chicago, Indiana, those are 2 good teams.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
team. That's just not the hatred.
Well, the proximity and geographical location.
Yeah.
Are there hatred? Yeah, there's going to be hatred.
There's going to be hatred.
All right, I'll say maybe it's not the greatest. Maybe it's not Pistons, Lakers going back in those days.
Lakers,
Pistons,
Celtics.
Yeah, Lakers, Celtics. Maybe not to that degree, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I still think it's a rivalry. All right, that brings us to the number 1 story of the day here on Portland Sports Beat Extra. Jim Irsay, what a donkey. He has comments on Peyton Manning. He says that the Colts' decision was to draft Andrew Luck was based on championships, not stats. Is this complete hogwash, unnecessary bullcrap have you ever heard?
I don't understand Irsay. They're making a big deal about Peyton Manning coming back. They're going to have a big hoopla for him, and then he comes out and makes a comment like this. It's like he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. I don't know if he's trying to play games with Peyton Manning.
He's playing games. Here's the thing. Number 1, isn't this working out for both parties? Peyton's better off in Denver right now, and Andrew Luck has him at 4-2. And I told you they'd be one of the better teams in the AFC. So what I'm thinking is that Jim Irsay is trying to throw Peyton's game off by having this pregame event. And then saying something like that, I think that's going to actually motivate him. But I think he's trying to throw his game off. And Peyton Manning is a guy who likes tradition. He's set in his ways. Right?
Yeah.
Right? He likes everything set for him, the way he's going to practice, the same thing. He's a routine type of guy.
People call it superstition, but when you're in sports, it's routine.
It's routine. So this is all, but you're taking away a routine. You're going to make this big deal about him, and it might throw him off.
Yeah.
I think he wants to make it like a playoff game. A couple announcers said this, and I like that. Make it a playoff game because what's happened in Peyton Manning's playoff career?
He wants to put pressure on
9-11, his postseason career. Not very good, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you can say about Peyton Manning is the pressure. Does he succumb to pressure, which has kind of been his bugaboo for the last few years in the playoffs? Yeah. He can't step his game up to do that. So
that's probably what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
But to go back and to say these kind of comments, the championships of stats, come on. You would have been to 2 Super Bowls if it wasn't for Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Be happy that you had him and be so fortunate that you got Andrew Luck. How many teams could say they've had Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck as their quarterbacks?
Yeah, 2 franchise quarterbacks back to back.
They're going to be top 10. I really do believe that Andrew Luck will be one of the top 10 best quarterbacks ever when it's all said and done. I'm going back. Yeah, I really, really, and I don't throw around stuff like that, but I love this guy.
Yeah, he's a great quarterback, and he's still young.
He is.
Yeah,
he's still young. He's magnificent. All right, so coming up after the break, we got a lot of stuff. We're going to tell you who should be the first NFL coach fired here on Portland Sports Beat Extra live at Spirit of 77.
Valley Catholic, home to exceptional academic programs, serving students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, award-winning faculty, championship athletics, a renowned music school, drama and art. Faith-based education on a beautiful 43-acre campus in the heart of Beaverton. Learn more at valleycatholic.org. Academics, arts, athletics, excellence. Valley Catholic. Celebrating 50 years of exceptional health care, Maryville provides skilled nursing care, inpatient rehabilitation, and memory care. We provide a warm living environment and stimulating social activities for our residents. Learn more at maryvillenh.org. At Maryville, your family is our family. Maryville, celebrating its 50th anniversary of service with love. Valley Catholic High School will host its 2013 open house on Sunday, October 13th from 1 to 4. Valley Catholic, the 2012 and 2013 winner of the Oregonian Cup. Oregon's top 3A school in academics, activities, athletics, and sportsmanship. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Educational excellence that honors the unique gifts of each student. That's Valiant.
That looks good right there. Why do I like working on SportsBeat? Because most of the high school athletes we work with don't have quite the ego that some of the professional athletes have.
Keon, thanks for coming on SportsBeat.
Yeah, thanks. I'm humbled to be here.
And cut. Hey, good luck to you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Kenyon, here are your blue M&Ms.
I said Jesuit colors only. Green. Get that Laker blue crap out of here. And it's Keon.
Welcome back to Portland Sports Beat Extra. We're live here at Spirit of 77, where it was all said and done with the 1977 Portland Trail Blazers won their first and only NBA championship. PJ Miller to my right, and I'm Brad Stein. We also have Natasha Haynes here with us.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for what we got going on here. We got the baseball game going on in the background. I think Natasha's going to give us an update later, so we'll find out where that's at. But some great sports going on tonight.
Isn't
and a
this
great
the
weekend.
best? It's the best weekend. It's the best month of sports. You
Yeah.
have NHL started. NBA is about to start. We have the
Preseason.
We have Major League Baseball postseason. We have the NFL warming up, and college football is revved up.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much better than this and busier. The hardest part is to make a show outline, what to talk about, because there's
so many
much-
things. Yeah.
So many things.
And how to plan your weekend.
How to plan your weekend? Oh my God, I have no life on the weekend.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, all I do
watching
is just
so
watch
much
TV.
sports.
Yeah,
Seriously, I'm driving my wife crazy, but I love it. Hey, as long as she feeds me PB&J sandwiches, I'm nice. We're nice. We're happy.
That's for work. You
Right?
can't argue with it.
No, she can't. She
Yeah.
likes it. She likes football. She'll watch a little baseball. She's like, we're still in the 8th inning? She goes, it's been an hour. I'm like, relax. There's a couple pitching changes. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, so we got hot NFL talk right now, PJ. Like you said, it was a great week number 6 in the NFL.
Yes,
Some
it
great
was.
games. Week number 1, 7 of the 8 teams, I believe, the winners were on the road teams. And then it was funny because the later games, all the home teams won. So it was back to normalism.
Yeah.
But this is the unpredictability of NFL. That's what makes it so great. I love it. So we got a bunch of coaches right now that their butts are getting really hot because that seat is sizzling. We have Gary Kubiak, Tom Coughlin, Shanahan, Leslie Frazier from the Minnesota Vikings. They're all wondering what is happening. Their teams are not looking good right now. Those coaches got to have the hottest seat right now. Who do you think's the hottest?
Kubiak, without a doubt.
You really think Kubiak?
Yeah, they have their team is built to win now. They have great skill players. They have great defense, and right now they're not performing. Their quarterback keeps making the same mistakes over and over and over again, and he's going to lose that locker room here real quick.
So you're going to blame that on the coach?
I'm not saying it's the coach's fault, but he's going to be the fall guy.
Right,
yeah.
he's the fall guy.
Something has to change there.
Okay.
They've gone too many years with one and done. Short outings in the playoffs.
They won last year, one game in the playoffs. But they were in the playoffs, and they did win a game. They've been in it for the last several years, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm picking Leslie Frazier. He made it one time last year with a stinking team, and the NFC stunk. And Leslie Frazier, to me, Minnesota would never win with this guy. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a rebuild or remold that team. I think they just got to get a whole new attitude there, starting with the head coach. Leslie Frazier is not the guy to get it done in Minnesota. So I think he's guaranteed he's done, unless they're able to get somewhere near 500.
I would say that he needs to go as well, but I don't think what's happening there in Minnesota is his fault.
No,
he
it's
has
not
no
his
team.
fault.
I mean, they have
Right.
Adrian Peterson, and they have nothing else.
They have
there.
nothing else.
Why do I like
Adrian
working on
Peterson willed that
SportsBeat?
team to the playoffs
Because
last
most of
year.
Yes,
your
he
high
did.
school
But
athletes
Christian
you
Bonder,
work with don't
who
have
is
quite the
completely
ego
below
that
average.
Yes.
And now they have this other quarterback coming in,
Yeah,
Freeman.
I think unless
Yeah,
they
thanks.
just decide, hey, we're just going to blow this whole thing up, that he'll get
Hey,
another
good luck
year
to you,
because
man.
they just don't have anybody.
Yeah, they
there.
don't have anyone, so
Blue
they really got to
M&Ms.
start. Probably they're
Jesuit
going to have one of the
colors
top
only. Green.
draft picks,
Get
so
that
they can
Laker
maybe
blue
get a
crap
quarterback.
out of
I don't know,
here.
Manziel, Boyd, Bridgewater,
Keon.
Mariota, one of those guys. If one of those guys are there, I'm sure they want to. Well, they're going to see what they have in Freeman, and I kind of like the move. That's why I like this move. See what you have in Freeman. Maybe he can resurrect his career, but Leslie Frazier, unless something spectacular happens for the Minnesota Vikings, there's no way this guy's here. Okay? And Kubiak, yeah, he's probably on the second hottest seat, but I'm going to give him a break just because the team has been successful in the regular season and they did win a playoff game. I know you got to blame a lot of this on him, but unless the grass is greener, you think you can bring in a coach, I don't know, a Gruden or a Cal or someone want to go there, and you think it's just getting a new coach and a quarterback, you still got to find that quarterback.
Yeah, you do have to find a quarterback.
Kubiak did some good things with Shop. They had some good seasons and good stats they put up.
The thing I'll go back to is it kind of goes back to that argument about Peyton Manning. Do you want to just have some one and dones, or do you want to win a championship?
You want a championship, right?
And I don't think
But
that
they're
under
not a
Kubiak,
championship with that quarterback. They got to get rid of Shop. You agree with that?
Yeah, I think they have to get rid of
There's
Shaw
no
because
other
he makes
coach
too many mistakes.
No other coach is going to get anything more out of Shop than what Kubiak has got.
I totally agree with that.
That's
but I
why
think
both of them
I
should
think
go.
I think this team is lost though. I don't think that they're following him in the way that they need to.
But Leslie Frazier hasn't done anything. He hasn't proved anything in Minnesota.
But he has way less talent than they do.
Totally
in Texas.
agree with that. But okay, so we defer right there. All right, so we're going to go to next topic. We have Thursday Night Football coming up, and again, you talked about it's exciting here with the Blazers, Major League playoffs. Well, you got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Arizona to take on those Cardinals, and I'll give the Cardinals a little credit. They're 3-3, but they're a lot better than I thought.
Yeah.
And they've really gotten some poor performances from Carson Palmer, which is exactly what I thought. But the front seven, the defense is a lot better. The offense is able to move the ball. It's, again, that Matt Schaub type of thing where he just makes so many mistakes. Crucial times in the game, big games. I don't trust him as my quarterback. So that's why I think that it's on the road. Again, it'll be a tough game for Seattle, but I look for Seattle to win this pretty easily.
Yeah, and Seattle, they started off very hot this year. And, they've kind of trailed off a little bit. They had that loss to
one loss.
Yeah, to Indianapolis. But
right.
I think there's been consecutive games, and they have played a lot of games on the road right now.
Right.
So you can say that they've had some tough road matches.
It's still a big test.
Yeah, and I think that's good for them right now because
great
what
for
they
them.
what they need to do is they need to get on the road, get rid of those road woes that they had, at the beginning of last year and the year before that, win some road games, and then get healthy at the end of the year when they're playing at home, get hot at the end of the season because they started off flaming hot. And you don't want to be hot at the beginning of the year. You want to be hot at the end of the year.
And you also want to build that confidence.
Yeah.
If you could prove to a second-year quarterback, Russell Wilson, that you can win on the road right now, big time. They beat Houston in Houston, right?
Yeah.
That was in Houston, and then they lost to Indianapolis, but it was a competitive game. So this is huge. It's a huge game. What matchup are you looking forward to the most? Because there's some good ones in this game.
There are some good ones. Let me. I got the.
It's not the
schedule.
greatest matchup as teams because the Cardinals are 3-3, but single matchups. I'm looking forward to that Larry Fitzgerald Sherman.
Yes, that is
One of the
good,
better wide
yeah.
receivers against one of the better cornerbacks in the league. I think that'd be a great matchup. They're both, about the same height, around 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
Got some great size.
Very physical, both of them.
Very
are.
physical.
Yeah, so
both
I think
strong.
I think that's going to be a great matchup. It's going to be interesting to see if they play a lot of press on him and let Sherman try to take him out by himself,
Probably.
or if they're gonna drop a safety over the top of him, try to bracket him, or how they're going to play that because I think
they'll let Sherman play physical one-on-one to begin with, and they'll see how
it goes.
How it goes, yeah. And if they have to make adjustments, they'll make the necessary adjustments. But Sherman is a cocky, confident guy who thinks he can shut down anyone. So this is the big test for him. Larry Fitzgerald is probably the best wide receiver he's going to face all year.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not going against Calvin Johnson.
No.
That guy's a physical freak.
And Julio Jones is out.
Julio Jones is out. Yeah. So this will be it.
Yeah.
also
Andre
wanna say-
Johnson would also be another.
That looks
Another
good
one,
right
but I don't
there.
think he's
Why do I
Larry
like working
Fitzgerald.
on
Close.
SportsBeat?
Yeah.
It's close, but what about the Cards front seven versus Seattle's front?
That's been
line?
kind of one of the weaknesses, and you even saw Max Unger last week had a couple of bad snaps,
Uh-huh.
and he's been rock solid for the Seahawks as one of their linemen when he's been in there. They've had injury issues, so you kind of look right now and hope that they're able to stay healthy up front for Seattle. And what they got to do
That's
is
a
they got to
true
bring,
test.
the Cardinals have to bring pressure. They have to get to Russell Wilson. They have to challenge that front line of Seattle. And if they can do that and they can put some pressure on him, keep him contained inside the pocket, I think that that's going to be the recipe for a victory.
Well, I think it starts with that front seven shutting down Marshawn Lynch in that running game. And Arizona is one of the better teams at doing that right now. That front seven is causing a lot of havoc. So that's number one. I think you got to stop Marshawn Lynch in that running game. If they do that, put some pressure on Wilson, then they'll have a lot better chance to win this game. But I look for Seattle to have their way with them, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I think it'll
Really
probably
do.
be a 8-point game.
Something
right
like that.
there.
Maybe I'm going to go double digits, 10, 13, something like that. It might be close for the first half, but Seattle will be able to pull away from that game. So what about the 49ers? They won 3 games. A lot of people, you remember after they beat Green Bay, the first game of the year, everyone's saying the 49ers are going to repeat. They look so good. Kaepernick is the greatest thing since Joe Montana. And then all of a sudden they lost a couple games. They looked a little sluggish. And I said right here on Important Sports Beat and also on the Slant Sports Talk, my podcast, I said, give it time. The 49ers are going to be okay. They've had some injuries. He's a good quarterback. He lost a little confidence. Give him a chance and let them get that run game, the power run game. And that's what they did. The last 3 games, they're averaging over 180 yards. And what did they do those last 3 games?
They won.
They won.
Yeah, and I
They
think
went
that's
back to the basics.
Yeah, and that's what it was. Is they kind of came in and Kaepernick kind of started late last year, so they didn't have an off season to kind of put some stuff in for Kaepernick like they did this year. And I think that they kind of went away from what got them to what they
Power
were
running
doing.
game.
Yeah, the power running game with Frank Gore. They played so well during the beginning part of last year when they had Alex Smith and they didn't have a highly mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
And now they're getting back to that. And then that makes it so dangerous. That's what made Kaepernick so good was everyone had to respect Frank Gore so much that they couldn't key on Kaepernick so much.
That first game ruined them for the next 2.
Yeah.
When Kaepernick threw for over 400 yards against Green Bay,
Yeah.
it ruined them because then they thought they were a passing team.
Yeah.
Go back, power running game. That's all it's about, even if you have a few injuries. All right, the chipster. It's always about the chipster, isn't it? It starts here in Oregon. Now it's Philly. He wins the first game. Everyone's excited, and you should be. It's something different. It's unique. He's innovative. Then the chipster, Philadelphia, comes back to earth, lose a few games. They're 3-3, so they're exactly where I thought they would
first
be,
place.
500. They're in first place. They're tied in first place. We'll find out after the end of this week
Yeah.
because they're going to be playing Dallas Cowboys, who are also tied in first. So one of them will be in first, one of them won't be. What do you make of Chip Kelly's handling this quarterback situation?
I think, Vic was the emergency quarterback, so it was obviously, he couldn't play last week. He was only in there if he could play. And I think that what Chip Kelly has always done is that when he makes a decision, he goes with it.
Yeah.
He's very confident in the decision he makes. He doesn't care what everybody outside is saying. And
he
I think
should.
that he knows that Vic wasn't ready to go, and he's going to let whoever is the better quarterback is going to play and is going to be the starting quarterback. And I think that, kind of what has happened is that he's really found out that he has 2 pretty good quarterbacks, and, they're very different styles, and he's shown that he can win with both styles.
Who do you think gets to start once Vic is healthy?
I don't know. Vic is just so many injury concerns that I don't think you can go with Vic.
We talked about that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, this game will mean everything because he's looked good. This new quarterback, I just forgot his name. Why am I just draw a blank? What's his quarterback's name? You forgot too?
Yeah, I
From
forgot.
Philadelphia. Okay. All right.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles, thank you. A former Pac-12 quarterback.
Arizona.
He's looked good, right? 2 games. But
Yeah.
they played Tampa Bay and the Giants, 2 of the worst defenses in the National Football League. So it's all going to amount to what he does when he faces a real team. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Cowboys are a real team right now. They're 3-3. They're not really a real team. In the NFC East, they're a real team because
Yeah.
the NFC East stinks so bad. They smell so bad that this is a real test. So if Foles, he already has 6 TDs, 0 interceptions. If he's able to have a performance like that, then I think you got to go with Nick Foles because I don't trust, like you said, I agree with you. Michael Vick cannot stay healthy, and he's erratic. He's never been the most accurate passer. He's a turnover guy.
Did you say erotic?
Erratic.
Erratic. Okay. It
Erratic.
sounded like you said erotic.
No, erratic. All right, a little accent coming out. Erratic with his passes. No, he's not erratic. I don't really know what he is. Maybe he is. I don't really care. No, I didn't say that. All right, anyways, this is Portland Sports Beat live here at Spirit of 77. I'm Brad Stein, joined by PJ Miller and Natasha Haynes, who will be joining us soon. We're talking some National Football League, the Chipster.
And the other thing you got about Foles, too, is he's younger. So he's going to be around for a while.
He's got a higher ceiling right now because Vic is who he is. He's 30. He's turning with 33 years old.
Yeah.
I already know what I have in Michael Vick, and it's not a playoff-type quarterback. He's okay. He'll pad some stats. He'll win a few games. I don't trust him in a big game. So you go with Foles. I don't think you have anything to lose if you're the Chipster. You're predicted to go 8-8, 500. You have nothing to lose. So a lot of this is going to weigh on Nick Foles' performance. But it was really interesting. LaShawn McCoy, Shady McCoy, the running back, said that Chip Kelly said that Vic is a starter when healthy. They asked Chip Kelly. He denied it. He said that never, ever happened. So I don't know if there's a real controversy here. Did he say it? Did he not say it? All I know is Chip Kelly doesn't owe us. He doesn't owe the public. He doesn't owe the media anything. He doesn't have to tell us who the quarterback is, but he does owe his team. So if he said that, I hope he just told Shady McCoy, keep your mouth shut. If he didn't say that, I think he owes his team to be honest who the starting quarterback is. Is Vic the starting quarterback once he's healthy?
Yeah, and I think the Eagles have proven, kind of over the year that they're not afraid. These players are not afraid to say something, even if it's not what the coach says. If that's what they believe,
right?
So if he believes that Vic is the starting quarterback if he comes back healthy, then maybe that's just his opinion.
Lesson number 3 for Chip Kelly. He had training camp. He had time management. Now he had quarterback controversy and decisions. It's only going to get easier from here, Chip. Don't worry about it. Like I said, this is a 2-3 year fix. It's going to take you a while until you transition to the NFL, until the NFL transcends to you. It's going to just take a little while. All right, best 3-3 team here. We have 3-3. We have San Diego. We have the Jets, Baltimore, Cleveland, Tennessee, Philadelphia, Dallas, and Arizona. Who's the best 3-3 team? Who's the scariest?
The scariest? I would say if Hoyer was still there, maybe Cleveland, just because they have a great tight end.
I like them.
Yeah, so I think that they could make some noise.
But that's Brandon Weeden, the quarterback.
If you're talking about who's going to end up winning the most games this year, I think it's going to be Dallas. I don't necessarily think that they're the best team at 3-3.
They'll win the most games?
Yeah, but I think they'll win the most games just because their conference is weak.
Yeah, probably because the conference is weak. I can't 100% believe in Dallas. But Baltimore's there. They're the Super Bowl champions. I know they don't look good, but they're still Baltimore. They still have Flacco. They still have that offensive line, the running game. Their defense is different. They lost a lot of leadership, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis. So it's completely different. But I don't see how Baltimore is not the best team. If I'm going to bet, I'm going with Baltimore because of the experience, because they still have at least 75% of their team, Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
And I don't trust Dallas. Cleveland, like you said, we have Brandon Weeden at quarterback. San Diego, just because they had a good outing against the Indianapolis Colts and Andrew Luck, do you believe in them?
I think that they have probably one of the higher ceilings of all the teams.
They could. But
they just got to turn it around.
But what happens every single year, I know it was under Norv Turner, but in San Diego, the last 4 games of the season, they always fall apart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They explode because they're erratic.
Erratic. All right, let's go ahead and bring Natasha in here. We're going to introduce Natasha. If you watched Portland Sports Beat last Wednesday, she was on the show. So what she's gonna pop over here.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk to her for a few minutes, and she's gonna go get us an update on the score of the game. Try to get a score on the Blazer game as well. So she'll give you an update for there.
And she's got a lawyer for us for the Judge Stein segment, which is back here at Spirit of 77. Hello, Natasha. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you guys as well.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm hanging out. We're having a good time here at Spirit 77.
Yeah. How's the crowd out here?
They're good. They're all watching the games. They all got their different things going on. We've got Boston and Detroit right now in the 9th inning, 3-7 at Detroit. So everyone's just kind of tuning in there. It's getting interesting. So
Who's going to win? Does Boston have a chance to come back? They're on the road now. Think about it.
They're on their way, so I'm not quite sure, but Detroit's up quite a bit, so we'll see.
Is going to come back to Big Poppy coming up with the bases loaded again?
I don't know about. Oh my God, would that be just incredible?
Yeah, storybook for the year. All right, so
eighth-inning home run. How clutch was that?
We got a couple of segments for you today. We're gonna be doing some Judge Stein again. So we're gonna be polling the audience. So you're gonna be out there talking to the patrons out here at Spirit of 77, trying to get an idea of what they want. We won't give it away too much, but when we get to the Judge Stein, if you want to hit us up on Twitter at PDX SportsBeat, you can let us know your opinion on the topics and tell Brad what his verdict should be.
What it should be. Can I spoil something right now? The game is over. The Detroit Tigers just beat the Boston Red Sox 7-3. So it's spoiled. It's over. Last out. So I guess they're not coming back.
No.
I couldn't see that it said top of the ninth inning.
Well, on a good note, preseason Blazers. It looks like we have a win right now. We're in the fourth. We had 18 seconds left in the game last time I checked, and we were at 97-91.
97-91.
With Portland in the lead. So.
Nice. Did you see who
Tuesday's a preseason win.
How does Darrell Wright look? He was starting at the small forward.
We're actually not watching it. We can't actually get the channel here right now, but we're keeping a good look on the score. So.
Did you see who the high scorer was for the Blazers?
I didn't.
Maybe next time you come on,
Go on Twitter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'll get that for
you'll
you
get
guys.
who the high scorer was
yeah,
for
I'm
the game.
just curious. Probably Lamarcus.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk some Blazers, and we're going to have you go back out there, and you're going to find us some people to talk to during the Judge Stein.
Definitely. Sounds good, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Tasha.
See you later.
Coming up next on Portland Sports Beat Extra, Arena Football is coming to Portland. Should the NHL hockey follow? We'll talk about that. We're going to argue that with Judge Stein. That is coming up next here on Sports Beat Extra.
That looks good right there. Why do I like working on SportsBeat? Because most of the high school athletes we work with don't have quite the ego that some of the professional athletes have.
Keon, thanks for coming on SportsBeat.
Yeah, thanks. I'm humbled to be here.
And cut.
Hey, good luck to you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Kenyon, here are your blue M&Ms.
I said Jesuit colors only. Green. Get that Laker blue crap out of here. And it's Keon.
Valley Catholic Early Learning School provides loving care and exciting learning experiences for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. It also offers after-school care for children through 5th grade. At Valley Catholic Early Learning School, we believe that children learn best by doing. We focus on the child's total development. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Learning that meets the unique needs of each child. That's Valiant. Valley Catholic, home to exceptional academic programs, serving students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, award-winning faculty, championship athletics, a renowned music school, drama and art, faith-based education on a beautiful 43-acre campus in the heart of Beaverton. Learn more at valleycatholic.org. Academics, arts, athletics, excellence. Valley Catholic. Celebrating 50 years of exceptional health care, Maryville provides skilled nursing care, inpatient rehabilitation, and memory care. We provide a warm living environment and stimulating social activities for our residents. Learn more at maryvillenh.org. At Maryville, your family is our family. Maryville, celebrating its 50th anniversary of service with love. Valley Catholic High School will host its 2013 open house on Sunday, October 13th from 1 to 4. Valley Catholic, the 2012 and 2013 winner of the Oregonian Cup, Oregon's top 3A school in academics, activities, athletics, and sportsmanship. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Educational excellence that honors the unique gifts of each student. That's Valiant.
That looks good right there. Why do I like working on SportsBeat? Because most of the high school athletes we work with don't have quite the ego that some of the professional athletes have.
Keon, thanks for coming on SportsBeat.
Yeah, thanks. I'm humbled to be here.
And cut.
Hey, good luck to you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Kenyon, here are your blue M&Ms.
I said Jesuit colors only. Green. Get that Laker blue crap out of here. And it's Keon.
And exciting learning experience for infants and experience. It also offers after-school care for children with kids.
All right. We are here. We're in the Judge
Thank you.
Stein here. Brad is the judge, our official. And
I'm here.
We got someone from the crowd. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is this Rick Gilbert?
Yeah, it's that one right over there.
Okay. My name's Rick Gilbert.
Yeah, so we got Rick Gilbert here. And Judge Stein, we got 3 topics that we're going to be arguing. So, Judge, go ahead and take it away.
All right. Is the defense ready?
Yes.
Is the prosecution ready?
Indeed.
All right. Please raise your right hands. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help your favorite college football team?
Yes.
I do.
All right. We're going to start with case number 1 here on Judge Stein. Andrew Wiggins, a very well-known basketball player from Canada. He has, it's been reported, a $180 million contract for 10 years with Adidas waiting for him as soon as he enters the NBA. Is this fair? Defense, you may start first.
He's going to defend this one.
Okay. You can.
I say absolutely it is.
Why?
He's the most coveted player to come out of high school hoops since LeBron James. He's got the social media following, so it's good from an advertising standpoint. And I think it's going to be a phenomenal success.
What about all the people who can't find jobs and are working for minimum wage and have college degrees? Is it fair that this guy's going to get $180 million and he hasn't even played 1 minute in college basketball?
Well, I asked those people, can they do what Andrew Wiggins does?
I can't.
That would be really the question. And
Can you?
If I did, my assumption would be no. They can't. Therefore, he deserves the money, just like any other professional athlete. The reason why they get paid so much is they can do what most can't do. Unlike you, me, and everybody else, which is go out and get a job.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Thank you, counselor.
Yep.
Prosecution.
All right, I will say no. It has been proven, no matter who it is, that we're going to get the sound.
Technical difficulties. Don't worry. In the courtroom, this happens. Bailiff, fix the noise, please, because it's bothering the left ear of the judge. And the judge doesn't want to be deaf.
Let's take a quick break here so we can. It looks like we got it fixed. So yes, what I would say is it has been proven through LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Kobe Bryant. The only one of those 3 who has made the money back for that company so far has been LeBron James. And he signed for, $97 million when he first came out. None of these guys are making the money back for that company. So basically they're throwing money away by signing one of these players. And he's an unproven commodity. He could be the next Greg Oden. He could come in, blow his knee out, and he's guaranteed a 10-year contract for $180 million. Bad decision by Adidas or Nike, whoever signs this contract with him.
In this world, in this Constitution, we're all free to make as much money whenever, doing it as long as it's legal. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right. Freedom of speech. But I'm going to side with the prosecution in this because he is an unproven commodity. Andrew Wiggins, you haven't proved anything, not in the NBA, college. You're here to prove something. If someone wants to sign you, give you something, then we'll see. But right now, this contract is ridiculous. I'm siding with the prosecution. The judge has spoken.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right, so that brings us to case number 2. There's no way that the Detroit Tigers' Johnny Peralta, who just won, should be playing in Major League Baseball postseason because he was just caught using performance-enhancing drugs. He was suspended for, 65 games? He served the suspension. So is this right? Should he be playing in the postseason? We'll start with the prosecution this time. Prosecuting.
That's me.
Please.
He should not be playing. He has proven that he is a cheater. He sat out part of the year, come back for the playoffs with the part that matters out of everything. Are you kidding me? That's not really a punishment. He basically got a vacation where he didn't have to play, and now he's not only did he not have to play, but he's fresh where all these other players had to go through a long season to make sure that they could play and to get to this playoffs. Now he comes in fresh, ready to go. You know, he had his hiccup right at the beginning trying to get his rhythm back, but now he's ready to go, and I think that's a wrong message to send that he gets to come back for the most important part of the season.
Defense, please.
Well, I'd like to agree with AJ's statement where I think he is fresh, but I think the counter side to that is, isn't that a tough position to be in? Really, to be suspended 50 games, come back in and immediately start playing playoff baseball. So that in itself is a challenge. Secondly, like our judicial system, if you get busted for an open container on the street, you pay your fine. Once that fine is paid, you are allowed to continue your life as normal. I don't see why it should be any exception with Major League Baseball, considering that basically slapping their players on the wrist for substance abuse to begin with, and capitalized on it in 1998 during the home run of Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa. So, in my case, I think the time's been served. Let's move forward.
Good work, counselor. Prosecution, do you have anything to add?
No, I think my case stood for itself. He is getting to play in the most important part of the year. He's getting rewarded and getting to come back during this time frame, and I think that that's wrong.
Okay, Counselor Rick, do you have anything to add on your first statement? No. All right, the judge has to think. This is a tough one. I'm going to close the eyes. I'm going to breathe in, breathe out. I'm going to wax on, wax off. You're right. Did he serve his suspension? Did Johnny Peralta serve his suspension? Did he admit what he did and what he did was wrong? Yes, he did. So I think Johnny Peralta, he served the suspension. He should be able to play. And that's the bottom line because the judge said so. So I am siding with Counselor Rick and the defense. Johnny Peralta should play. So that's
I
one
disagree.
apiece, guys.
One apiece.
One apiece, guys. You know what that means? We have one more case. Case number 3. All right, here we go. The National Hockey League should be coming soon to Portland. Who's the defense?
You're defending.
All right, please go ahead.
I say let's go for it. We don't have an NHL team in the Northwest region of the United States. It's a huge hockey community, all the way from the minor leagues up till professional, albeit we don't have an NHL team.
But, Counselor, do you think it will interfere with the Winterhawks?
Absolutely.
It will interfere with the Winterhawks.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't have a team. I'm on the fence with this one, to be honest. So it's hard to just pick one side and go with it. It'll interfere.
Will it work though? Will people support hockey, professional hockey here in Portland?
It will, at the expense of the Winterhawks.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Prosecution.
That is my exact reason for why it shouldn't happen. There is a cult following, and it's been going on for a while. The Winterhawks have been, but it keeps getting bigger and bigger. That is a well-run organization who is doing nothing but doing good things in the community. These are young guys, and I would hate to see that happen. Just like if they were to bring in a Major League Baseball team, there would go the
Hops.
The Hops. They're just gone. So you have a great thing going on with a minor league team. You know, if they were to bring a baseball team here, you know, that I would probably go for a baseball team. But NHL hockey, you know, it's okay. I think people might go watch it, but I don't think it's going to be like the Blazers or like an NFL team where that many people are going to go watch it. And if that is the decision maker between us getting a baseball team or an NHL team, I would rather wait and try to get a Major League Baseball team than have an NHL team.
Okay, anything to add, Rick?
Well, just to counter that, I would rather see an NHL team be here. I feel like just with this environment alone and inclement weather, that it's more suited for hockey than it is for baseball. And having the arena already built, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Maryland, right outside of D.C. And the Wizards play in the same building as the Capitals. We have the Moda Center, a.k.a. the Rose Garden. So I don't see why we couldn't just set it up and have both teams run right across the street.
All right, good enough. Anything to add?
New baseball stadium would be awesome here in the Portland area. Having a place that is another mecca, especially if you could do something where you put it near the Rose Garden and kind of develop that whole area.
Let's stay on track, though. We're not talking about baseball. We're talking about National Hockey
No,
League
but
here in
that's why I'm
Portland.
saying I think that waiting to do baseball is a better option.
Okay, thank you. Do you have anything else to add? I don't. The verdict will be coming up after this short break here on Portland Sports Beat Extra live at Spirit of 77.
Valley Catholic Early Learning School provides loving care and exciting learning experiences for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. It also offers after-school care for children through 5th grade. At Valley Catholic Early Learning School, we believe that children learn best by doing. We focus on the child's total development. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Learning that meets the unique needs of each child. That's Valiant. Valley Catholic, home to exceptional academic programs, serving students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, award-winning faculty, championship athletics, a renowned music school, drama and art, faith-based education on a beautiful 43-acre campus in the heart of Beaverton. Learn more at valleycatholic.org. Academics, arts, athletics, excellence. Valley Catholic. Celebrating 50 years of exceptional health care, Maryville provides skilled nursing care, inpatient rehabilitation, and memory care. We provide a warm living environment and stimulating social activities for our residents. Learn more at maryvillenh.org. At Maryville, your family is our family. Maryville, celebrating its 50th anniversary of service with love. Valley Catholic High School will host its 2013 open house on Sunday, October 13th from 1 to 4. Valley Catholic, the 2012 and 2013 winner of the Oregonian Cup, Oregon's top 3A school in academics, activities, athletics, and sportsmanship. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Educational excellence that honors the unique gifts of each student. That's Valiant.
That looks good right there. Why do I like working on SportsBeat? Because most of the high school athletes we work with don't have quite the ego that some of the professional athletes have.
Keon, thanks for coming on SportsBeat.
Yeah, thanks. I'm humbled to be here.
And cut.
Hey, good luck to you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Kenyon, here are your blue M&Ms.
I said Jesuit colors only. Green. Get that Laker blue crap out of here. And it's Keon.
Valley Catholic Early Learning School provides loving care and exciting learning experiences for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. It also offers after-school care for children through 5th grade. At Valley Catholic Early Learning School, we believe that children learn best by doing. We focus on the child's total development. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Learning that meets the unique needs of each child. That's Valley. Valley Catholic, home to exceptional academic programs, serving students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, award-winning faculty.
I'm hanging out back here. We're with Portland SportsBeat.
Music school, faith-based
Getting excited here at
education
Spirit of 77.
on a 43-acre campus
I want to know what the people here at the bar think about NHL coming to Portland. So we're going to ask these people what they think. I've got my man Lee here chowing down on some
Celebrating
awesome
50
looking
years
hot
of
wings.
exceptional
Are you going to share those
healthcare,
with me, Lee?
Maryville provides skilled nursing care,
done, my dear.
inpatient rehabilitation.
He's done with his hot wings. You hear him? All right. How do you feel? How would you feel? How do you feel? What if is what we're asking you, the NHL. If they came to Portland, how would you feel about that?
Actually, I'm not a hockey
Your
fan.
family
However,
is our family.
The
Maryville,
Blazers,
celebrating
I mean,
its
the
50th
Portland
anniversary
fans
of
seem
service
to
with love.
you
Valley
know,
Catholic High School
support
hosted its
teams for their
2013
sports.
open house on Sunday,
Sports,
October
so why
13th.
not?
From
That's
1 to
right. Yeah,
5.
the Winterhawks do pretty well.
Catholic,
We've got a good
the
fan base here in
2012
Well,
and
how do you guys feel over here? We've got
2013
Justin and Peggy. How do you guys feel? How would you feel if the
Oregon's
NHL came
top
to Portland?
3A school in
That's a good question. I mean, you mentioned the
academics,
Winterhawks, and
athletics,
they've been
and
around here
sportsmanship.
for a long time.
Learn more
I've been
about
kind of
us
an
at
on and off fan for a while, but
Education
I would
excellence that
almost be
honors the
sad if
unique
the
gifts of each
NHL
student.
didn't
That's
make the
valuable.
Winterhawks our team because they've been here, they've been with us for so long. But I think hockey is good fun, and it'd be great to see Major League Hockey come to the city.
Agreed. And Peggy, what do you think?
I think if it was just down to Oregonians, it wouldn't be that interesting in itself, except that most of Portland is not consisting of Oregonians. It's people from Minnesota, from Wisconsin, from Michigan, from everywhere. Everybody who lives in Portland, raise your hand if you're actually born in Oregon. There's like 4 people that raise their hands. So I think it would actually do pretty well here because most Oregonians, truly, like myself, I personally don't care. But I am one of the minorities here, and most of my friends that live here in Portland are not from Oregon, and they would totally buy tickets.
Right, we've got a few Canadians here, eh? I mean, right? Hockey is considered a Canadian sport. I mean, we're right there next to the border. I mean, that'd be awesome to have I think, to have an NHL team here, in my opinion. Anyways, PJ, back to you guys.
The judge is back. That's right. I'm back here with Counselor Rick.
The camera.
Counselor Rick and Counselor PJ. So we had some great thoughts from the crowd, and based on the jury, I was deliberating over there, really thinking about this. People are from all over. We have people from Canada, Michigan, Minnesota, Chicago, Florida, Maryland. This guy's from Maryland. Portland deserves to have another professional franchise, whether it's Major League Baseball or whether it's a National Hockey League. We deserve it here. National Hockey League, if you could put in 12, 15,000 people, it can survive. If you have hockey in Florida, where I grew up, in Tampa Bay, where I went to college, some of the worst fans ever, in Atlanta, then there's no reason that they don't deserve it here. Yes, Portland deserves Major League Baseball, but we're talking about hockey right now. That's why I am siding with Counselor Rick. NHL could work here.
Boo.
It will work here.
Boo.
They deserve a shot. You're under oath, so stop talking. The judge has spoken.
I think that at some point you and I are going to have to get into a fight or something like
Absolutely. We're going to let's do the basketball right now.
that. Okay, yeah, let's walk over and do basketball. We're going to have a little challenge here. Yes, we're ready to go. If we can get a wide shot on that camera over there. We got to press and hold the red button here.
There's my red button.
Go. I'm schooling you, Brad. Schooling you. Come on. Oh. Brad, you got nothing. You got nothing on me. Seconds here. Time's up. 54. 54. Brad won. 54 to 43. Good job, Brad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was fun. Oh, I was just firing him up.
He didn't. Producer Ryan Johnson did not like your form.
Oh, that's not my normal form, and this isn't a normal basketball game. You don't have to like the forum, Mr. Allen Iverson lover.
Pulls out the Allen Iverson.
All right. All right, so I guess we're going to go to a commercial break here, and that means hot college football talk coming up. Oregon Ducks off an impressive victory. But if they don't go to the national championship, is this a bust? We're going to discuss that next on SportsBeat Extra here at Spirit of 77.
Valley Catholic Early Learning School provides loving care and exciting learning experiences for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. It also offers after-school care for children through 5th grade. At Valley Catholic Early Learning School, we believe that children learn best by doing. We focus on the child's total development. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Learning that meets the unique needs of each child. That's Valiant. Valley Catholic, home to exceptional academic programs, serving students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, award-winning faculty, championship athletics, a renowned music school, drama and art, faith-based education on a beautiful 43-acre campus in the heart of Beaverton. Learn more at valleycatholic.org. Academics, arts, athletics, excellence. Valley Catholic. Celebrating 50 years of exceptional health care, Maryville provides skilled nursing care, inpatient rehabilitation, and memory care. We provide a warm living environment and stimulating social activities for our residents. Learn more at maryvillenh.org. At Maryville, your family is our family. Maryville, celebrating its 50th anniversary of service with love.
Music, Ollie.
Valley Catholic High School will host its 2000.
All right, we are back here, Spirit of 77. Just got done playing some basketball over here. They got some skee ball over there. They got a lot of great stuff going on.
He just said we played some basketball. He didn't want to say who won.
No.
He was going to school me, but he didn't.
Oh, that's Valiant.
I don't need to brag about it. I expected victory, and that's what I got here. We're having a lot of fun, though, PJ, huh?
Yeah, this is second week we've been out here at Spirit of 77.
Better
they take
today.
care of us. Yeah, they take care of us when we're out here, and they got some great football. They got football going on. They had the baseball game up earlier. They play Blazer games come Blazers.
Hockey.
Yeah, the regular season. So lots of sports going on here. They got lots of TVs. So definitely come down and check it out. Spirit of 77 right off MLK and Grand, right in between it, right next to the convention center where I-84 goes underneath MLK and Grand. So it's a great little spot here right downtown. If you're going to go to a Blazer game, you can come here pregame and check out, have some pregame beverages before you go to the game, and then just walk right over to the Rose Garden or the Moda Center.
The Moda Center. Also, check us out online at portlandsportsbeat.com. Anna, you can follow us on Twitter at PDX SportsBeat. We cover a lot of high school football games. We have our high school weekly studio show that we cover every sport: volleyball, wrestling, soccer, basketball, football, baseball. Plus, we're here every other Wednesday, one of these sports bars where we talk college and national professional sports.
Yeah, and we also got another show maybe in the works. We don't want to spill the beans right now. You don't even know about it yet.
Well, I kind of heard something, but you should have told me.
Yeah, so
I only host shows. I don't know anything what goes on.
So we may have some more content coming your way here in the next couple of weeks. So definitely keep an eye out for that. We'll let you guys know as soon as that becomes official. But we got some Ducks we're going to be talking about right now. These Oregon Ducks.
And they passed their first test, Mr. PJ, at Washington. We talked about this is the first game. Could they win? Offense looks sensational. But let's talk about the defense. Let's talk about that defense. What impressed you about the defense? There were a lot of things.
Washington kind of started out at the beginning of the game, and they were able to move the ball down the field on that first possession and get a score. And one of the things that I really liked, and it's something that Nick Galliotti has done a really good job of doing while he's been there, is making adjustments. And that's one of the things that the Ducks have, both offensively and defensively, when they come out for halftime, they make the adjustments and they shut the other team down. And that's been one of the biggest things that I think that this Ducks program has been able to do over the last 2 or 3 years, is make adjustments. And that's an indication of really good coaching and the other team getting really tired.
I love the way they handled Keith Price. He's had an exceptional year. They shut him down, and it wasn't just through the air. They picked him off once. He was like around 200 yards. about 52% completion percentage, but he only had 18 rushing yards on 11 rushes. They shut him down. Yeah, they gave up a lot of runs with Bishop Shanky in the run game, but they stopped that quarterback, Keith Price. He didn't hurt Oregon at all, and they have a really good secondary. It's got to be one of the better in the nation.
It has to be the best in the nation. I think at this point.
Top 2 or 3, arguably the best.
Yeah, I would say it's the best at this point. I think that they've proven more than any other team. So I think that they're very good with Ifo Ekpeolumu
I love that guy. It really helps to have that continuity of having that same defensive coordinator like Aliotti every single year. And, he's one of the best things he does is halftime adjustments. And you will look at this not only in high school, college, with the National Football League, the coaches that make the best adjustments, those are your Belichicks. Those are the ones that win big playoff games and Super Bowls.
When I want to go back to that defense. The one thing that scares me about the Ducks is you talked about that rushing of Washington.
Give up a lot of yards.
And, if you look at these big teams that they're going to be playing, Stanford is going to be a big team up front. They're going to play, probably some 2 tight end.
They're going to give up yards.
Yeah, so that's going to be the key. That's always kind of been their thing is that when they go against a team who's a bigger physical team who can run the ball, can they keep up with those teams?
But the stats aren't as bad as it sounds because they gave up, I believe it was like 4.4 yards a rush or 4.6. That's still not bad. It wasn't great, but it's under 5. So that's something to work around. They could not throw on Oregon. They had a ferocious pass rush. They discombobulated Keith Price in the pocket. He wasn't comfortable. It made a big difference. I do agree with you. That's why Stanford has so much success against Oregon because that big physical offensive line, they're able to wear them down. I think it's a little bit better than it was last year. I don't think the depth, we talked about the linebacker depth, that it could be a problem. Against the run, at least, maybe a little bit, but not as bad as we thought.
And I'll say, going back to that secondary, the thing that I think benefits Oregon the most in the run game with that secondary is the fact that they can play one-on-one on the outside, and they don't have to drop, all
linebackers.
Yeah, they don't have to drop linebackers in the coverage.
True.
They can blitz those guys. They can do run blitzes.
And their pass rush is better this year.
And because they got the big guys up front and they got some depth up front. So I think that that secondary really helps their run support more than it has in the past couple of years.
And it's such a passing frenzy league, both in college and NFL, that's almost like you have to pass to be successful.
Yep.
I still believe in the running game, but under 5 yards they kept them. I'd give them a B, above average.
Yeah.
The run D, I don't think it was as bad.
When you look at the big picture for Oregon, this year is setting up to be a very special year because if you look at Stanford, Stanford is down. They lost last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think almost UCLA may be a better, bigger, stiffer competition for Oregon this year than Stanford will be. But you look at going past those 2 games and you start looking at the national championship game, all intents and purposes, it's probably going to be Alabama. Alabama does not have the running game that they have had the past 2, 3, 4 years.
And their offensive line isn't as good as it has been.
Exactly.
I think Alabama's actually going to lose to LSU. And there's a great chance that there is no representative from the SEC this year, which indicates Clemson, FSU, who can also run the table.
Or Ohio State.
Yeah. Ohio State doesn't have the schedule that Clemson or FSU will face.
I totally agree with that.
So that's why I think whoever wins next week, that game's next week.
Yeah.
Clemson, FSU, freshman quarterback guy, sensation, Jameis Winston. Love that guy. I think could be the second or third best quarterback right now behind Mariota and maybe Manziel, I would put, or Bridgewater. But I like Winston. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's just like – he was actually more advanced than Mariota was last year.
Oh, yeah, and he's a true freshman,
He's a true freshman.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man, that's sick.
Just think about this.
Scary.
Last year he was playing high school kids.
I know.
I know. That's
when you think about it.
That's a huge jump.
It is. But this is going to be a make or break year for Oregon. This is a national championship or bust. If the Ducks don't win the national championship, it's a bust. It doesn't mean it has to be a foul season. It's not like a complete loss. But if you don't win with this team that I think is really better, I think they're deeper, they're better. They have a real passing game this year. Mariota's a threat, and those 2 guys on the outside, Braylon and Huff, those are 2 of the most prolific wide receivers in the game. Weapons, and then you talk about Thomas if he's healthy, and now Colt Lyerl isn't there, but they still have some pretty good blocking over there at the tight end. Yeah, and they're blocking better. The way the offensive line are able to get in space and finish off their blocks.
Yeah, Johnny Munt was just named to the mid-season watch for top tight end of the year. So he was just added to
And
that.
a red zone target, too.
Yeah,
He could block
exactly.
a red zone target.
Big.
I love the running game, that you have a plethora of running backs here. There's a lot of weapons here. So, to me, this is having the best secondary, better pass rush than you've had in the past. Marcus Mariota, I think he is the best quarterback in the nation.
Yes.
And I said last year that he was going to be the best quarterback in the nation. So it is make or break. It is a bust. It's a national championship or bust for Oregon.
Yeah, I
You agree?
really think I do. Yes.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty obvious when they have the talent that they have.
And they've been pushing it so close all
Yes.
these years.
It's been an evolution. You know, they took steps every year.
Every year. But the last year, they played their worst game against Stanford, and they lost. Their worst game, but they had a shot to win.
Yeah.
Maldonado, my favorite player, I might add, missed a field goal just like he did the year before against USC. But they were in position. They played awful against Stanford. Everything went wrong, and they still had a shot to win.
Yeah.
And Stanford's great. They're a legitimate top 8 team.
Yeah, and especially last
That's
year,
why
they were very good last
and
year.
they could beat an SEC team. I hope Alabama does go undefeated. I want to see them.
Yeah, and
I
that's
do.
the thing for Oregon.
To get their credibility.
Yeah, I hope that they play an SEC team. And this is the last year of the Bowl Championship Series,
Yeah.
the BCS. So next
We're gonna
year
have three
there's going to be playoffs, so
Right.
it's going to be a different
God.
scenario. It'd be
Can't
great
wait
for
till
the
it-
Pac-12 to go out on top.
It will be. But we're going to have 3 or maybe even 4 undefeated teams. So somebody's getting screwed.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting screwed.
Yeah.
A couple people are going to. Ohio State, Louisville. But Louisville, look at who they played.
Yeah,
Nobody.
garbage.
Yeah, it's garbage. So at least Oregon played a pretty good schedule.
But you look at it, if Clemson were to beat Florida State this weekend, they still have to play South Carolina.
Oh, yeah. And
so
and
they still
they already
could-
beat Georgia
Yes.
first game of the year.
So they could still, both of those teams, Florida State and Clemson, could still both lose.
Well, Florida State, their toughest game is against Florida, and I don't think they're as good as
Well,
the
no, they
Seminoles.
play Clemson.
Well, yeah, beside Clemson,
Yeah.
they just play the Gators.
Yeah.
That's really their only
Yeah.
big,
But I could
big
see them,
test.
if Clemson wins this game, I could still see them losing to South.
It's in
South
Tallahassee, though,
Carolina.
the game.
Yeah.
That's where I was supposed to go to college. Ooh, boy. Okay. What about Oregon State? 5 in a row. Remember the first week we did the show? They lost to Eastern Washington. We both ripped them. Who wouldn't rip them apart? They deserved it, but we knew that they had a shot to come back. 5 in a row. Not bad.
They've been playing better, and Mannion lights out.
Oh,
I think
my
he has
God.
3 picks this whole year.
Yeah, and one horrible one against Washington State this weekend, if
Yeah.
you saw that game. It was
Yeah.
a terrible pass. But otherwise, you look at his stats, you could compare them against any quarterback in the nation. If they had the schedule and undefeated season and the notoriety and the attention that some of these other schools are getting, this guy should be up for the Heisman.
Yeah,
Isn't that
and
good?
right now he's on most of them. He's around the 7 or 8 area for on most.
And
of these
him and
Heisman
Cooks are
watch-
the number 1 quarterback wide receiver combination in the
Yep.
FBS.
Yeah,
It's fascinating what's going on.
Cook's going to be wide receiver of the year. I'll say it now.
He
He's gonna
deserves
be
it.
Yeah, he's leading the nation in receiving yards. He's a great receiver.
He's
How
really
he translates to the next level is
I
going to
don't
be
know.
a different
We'll see.
question.
He's
but
good. He's really
he is
good.
very good.
So that win against Utah in overtime was like 51-48. That's looking better and better now
Oh,
after
yeah.
they just beat Stanford.
Yeah, and that was a tough game for them. And coming off of that loss to Eastern Washington and
Yeah.
having to come back and have your first Pac-12 game.
That's why it's
against
just
a team-
only the first game of the season. We all get crazy. But when you lose a game like that, I
Yeah.
think this deserved that type of scrutiny.
And this is kind of how Oregon State goes most years, is that they have these problems. Like early on in the year, they were breaking in a whole new set of linemen. They had a bunch of injuries. Now they're finally getting healthy after they had their bye week. They have one more bye week later on. I think it's in 2 or 3 weeks. So they're going to be able to get healthy again, and they're setting up for a good run here.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then they got challenged. They still got Washington, Stanford,
and UC. No, they don't play
Oregon.
UCLA in Oregon. Can they beat Stanford?
I think they can. I think they beat Utah, and Utah beat Stanford. So, and I think Stanford's coming up. Stanford's coming up. And they're
Matchups
playing
make
in
fights, right?
Corvallis.
Well, Oregon State's going to have to run the ball and not make it a one-trick pony. Put all the pressure on Sean Mannion. If they can run the ball with Woods and have some balance on offense, they have a shot.
Yeah.
But still going to come back.
And that's the thing that I think is different this year than.
And they're getting healthier.
Yeah, and early on in the year, I wouldn't have given them a shot.
No
I
way.
give them a
No
shot
way.
every game they have this year, except for Oregon. I do not give them a shot.
Well, now
against
because we
Oregon.
all see Stanford as this beatable team with all these flaws, they're still a powerhouse.
Yeah,
They're
but they have a
still
shot.
Great team.
Yeah, they are.
They have
They-
a shot.
they have a shot.
Because Mannion is that
That
much
good.
better than
Yep.
everyone expected.
Yep.
He is outstated. His expectations are just outrageous. It's been amazing here. So speaking of Mike Riley, he's using Twitter as a recruiting device. It's called Twitter Tuesday. Did you hear about this?
I have not heard about this yet.
Oh, my God. He's going on Twitter, and he's reaching out to high schoolers where they can send in videos, and every Tuesday he's going to take 10. They're going to select 10 players where he's going to actually look at their footage. So they have a shot to be recruited. To someone maybe not being heavily recruited by a big FBS school, there's your shot. Twitter Tuesday, Mike Riley, look him up.
That's
I think
actually
the
pretty
hashtag,
cool.
it is cool. I think the hashtag was Go Beavs, maybe?
Yeah, that's
something
probably,
like that.
yeah.
Something like Go Beavs. I think it's very innovative, and I love the idea by Mike Riley.
Yeah,
it's innovative.
It's great to
ingenious.
see these teams as they're going through everything and kind of making these as technology progresses.
Yeah.
And he's probably on the forefront of this, of using Twitter as a tool like that. I got to think he's the first one doing it.
Oh, he is the first one doing it. This is how you relate to the younger generation. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
And if you get one recruit out of it,
one recruit,
it's all worth it.
You might find that guy, that feather and the diamond in the rough, right?
Yeah.
That nobody knows anything about. And you found them because you're Mike Riley.
And the way that Oregon State recruits with their 2- and 3-star guys and not getting any 4- and 5-star guys.
This is the way to get them.
Take away if they can get some of those.
Clean them out for FCS schools. Eastern Washington has some big time recruit. Remember how much talent they had on that team, Eastern Washington?
Yep.
So maybe they could steal some talent from a program like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. Speaking of those Stanford Cardinals, wow, when they lost, I was really, really shocked. But it was more the way they lost. 27-21, David Shaw, the head coach, it was 3rd and 2. They pass. Don't get it. 4th and 2, they pass again. They don't get the first down. They lose the game. You throw twice, you're averaging just under 7 yards per rush the whole game. You're averaging just under 6 for the season. Gaffney was shredding the team. A very good runner. You ran for it, I think it was 3rd and 4 that they converted on a run play. Why don't you run it at least one down?
It was just a mistake by him. It's bad
big
play
mistake.
Calling. You can't make those kind of. And as a coach, those are the mistakes that really hurt your team. And you can go back to the team always has the option of making a play with whatever whatever the coach calls. But that was definitely a mistake by the coach. He didn't put the team in the best position possible.
No, he put it in Kevin Hogan's hand, a sophomore who started 13 games now in his career.
Yeah.
To put that kind of pressure. It's 3rd and 2. You have arguably the best offensive line in college football.
Yeah.
One of the best. And you don't even try to run the ball. I just cannot believe. That's a mistake that normally Shaw and Stanford just don't make. That's why they've won. They had a 15-game, 16-game winning streak?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, because they were undefeated last year. Oh, no, they had a loss last year.
I thought that was the second. They had one loss last year, but that was early in the season, and then they won. So I think it was 14 or 15, something like that combined. I thought that was the second biggest mistake by a coach in sports this weekend. Number one, I got to give to John Harbaugh, though, back to the National Football League. Did you see that game?
Yeah.
John Harbaugh. Oh, my God. And I'm not even talking about going for it on 4th down, but it was, I don't know, you had 12 seconds left in halftime. You're at your 29-yard line. Why do you run a play?
Yeah.
Why? And what happened? He got Flacco got stripped, fumbled, gave up a field goal. How many points did Baltimore lose by? 2.
2.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the deciding field goal, right?
Yeah. So he could have got either a field goal at the beginning or a field goal at halftime.
Something.
Yeah. Either way.
But that I understand going 4th down. At least you pin Green Bay inside the 1. So I'm okay with that. But there's nothing to prove. 12 seconds. Are you throwing a Hail Mary from your own 29-yard line?
No, especially after they ran one play and it didn't work. So they were down to 12 seconds. Just put the knee down.
That's it.
I understand maybe giving it one try, but after it took him and he had to scramble and he had to end up throwing away, just take a knee at that point.
Take a knee or run the ball.
Yeah.
To get stripped like that and give up a field goal, that really stinks.
All right, I think we're going to grab Natasha here real quick. And Natasha, we're going to bring Natasha back on. We got some off-topic here. And we're gonna talk about. We got a pretty good question here. I think I don't know if you saw it. Someone out in Cleveland put in an ad on Craigslist for a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. So if you had a choice and you could have any job that you want, what would your job be?
That's a good question, PJ. Any job.
Any job.
Imaginable. I would like to be the Tooth Fairy,
The
PJ.
Tooth Fairy?
Yes.
A real tooth fairy.
Yeah, I would like
Natasha
to be the
tooth
real
fairy.
tooth fairy.
You want wings?
I want wings. I want the whole outfit.
The wand.
I want the whole shebang. I want to be the tooth fairy.
Nice. That's a pretty good one.
You
That's
left me no
imaginative.
limit, so
Why
I
don't
just,
you-
I
you
just
go-
went
go-
with
you-
it.
Go get your friend. Let's hear what he says. Rick?
Yeah.
Up.
Okay, so while she's doing that,
Weisel.
why don't you, what's
All
your
right,
job?
my job, I want to sign a $10 million contract to pet dogs all day for 6 to 8. I want to pet dogs, or I want to get paid to watch football at my home on my couch with my dog and eat.
And this is the
I wanna get
gentleman.
paid just to view football.
This is the gentleman who came in when we were doing the show today, and the first thing he does is going up to everybody with his phone. And he's like, "Look at my dog! I put a jersey on my dog, and it's laying on
And
the
my
couch."
wife put the jersey on the dog. All right, I'm not that weird.
It was Brad.
No, I didn't put the jersey on the dog. I don't make her look ridiculous.
Okay,
My
so
wife
if you could have any job,
I want to pet dogs. No.
any job in the world, I don't know if you heard about this, but the Cleveland Browns, someone in Cleveland on Craigslist put an ad out for a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns because they don't like their quarterback. So if you could have any job in the world, what would it be?
Oh, it'd have to be playing in the NBA, hands down.
Yeah.
Job for the Browns seems a little dangerous at this point, but if the pay's right, I'll step on the field.
Yeah. So what position would you play?
Football?
No, basketball. If you could play
Basketball?
in the NBA.
You know, 2 or 3.
The 2 or 3?
Yeah, it's my natural
a
position.
swing position?
Yeah.
So are you a slash guy, or are you hitting J's?
You know, I'm getting a little bit older now, so I'm working on the J's.
Yeah.
But in my younger years,
Slashing, yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Could you ever dunk?
You know, I could.
Oh, nice.
Actually, yeah, I dunked in college and in high school.
Nice. Did you play here locally?
No, back in.
You're from
Maryland.
Maryland, yeah. Nice. So did you play in any college?
I played lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
I played collegiate lacrosse.
Wow, we got a collegiate lacrosse player here.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll have to definitely bring them on.
Yeah. Yeah, we do some lacrosse coverage in our other show. So
great.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to maybe get your phone number and call you when we do some lacrosse coverage.
Yeah,
Very good.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right. So she wants to be the tooth fairy. That if she could have any job in the world, what do you think about her being the tooth fairy?
Tooth fairy? I think you've got what it takes. Are you pretty slight with the hand?
You're slick. What if a kid caught you though, a 6-year-old, and said, "You don't look like the tooth fairy"? How are you going to react?
They're dreaming. It was all a dream.
It was all a dream?
I'm just going to pull one of those.
Have you ever seen the movie? I know it's a kids movie, but
Dwayne
Monsters
Johnson?
Inc.
Oh.
Monsters, Inc.?
Yes,
Of course.
and how they're doing all the training, and they have to make sure they can jump under the bed and stuff like that. Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna do some training for it?
Oh yeah, I definitely. There'd probably be some rules that go into being a tooth fairy, which I'm sure. I mean, I'd learn the whole tooth fairy etiquette. So, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming and everything. And I think we're about done here.
Yes, we are.
We're here at Spirit of 77. I don't know if we're going to be out here next weekend, but we'll let everyone know where we're going to be at. Come out. If you want to get on the show, we would like to take comments from the audience. We'll do another Judge Stein. Voice your opinion on what you think Brad should rule. You can always follow us on Twitter at PDX SportsBeat. Also on Facebook, facebook.com/Portland SportsBeat. You can catch our show live on every Wednesday, 8 to 9 o'clock. We'll be out here doing SportsBeat Extra, or we'll be in studio. You can catch that at portlandsportsbeat.com. We got lots of stuff Friday nights. We're doing high school sports. You can make sure you check that out on the website, too.
Also, my podcast is now on portlandsportsbeat.com.
Yeah.
So check
The
it out.
Slants.
The Slant Sports Talk with Brad. A lot of fun. We had a blast here today. Thank you very much for joining us. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy some sports.
Stop me.